Hi there, it's Dr. Peggy. A couple of weeks ago I did a post on how sitting too much can potentially kill you. If you haven't seen that, then by all means go back and review. There's some really important information in there for anyone who sits still for long periods of time. The main takeaway was human beings are designed to hunt and gather and run and jump, and instead all of us sit still too much for work or play or otherwise. So what I want to do today is give you some tips on how to incorporate some movement into a life where you're required to sit. So whether that's sitting at a desk in front of a computer for long periods of time, or whether that's for travel of any kind or driving back and forth in any vehicle. This was made acutely aware to me yesterday when I traveled 12 hours back from a business conference, and I felt it. So here's some practical things that we can incorporate into our everyday lives. First thing, when you are required to sit in front of a computer all day, you want to make sure that you are scheduling breaks. So if you have a simple egg timer, or if you have a smartphone that has a timer on it, use it. Set them for 15 or 20 minutes or 30 minutes at the most so that you can stand up and give your body a little bit of a wiggle. Put a little bit of a different stimulus into those muscles and joints. And it doesn't have to be a huge movement. Just up you go, give yourself a little wiggle, and then sit back down. That will make a huge difference in terms of how your body feels and keep you moving a little bit. The other thing you can do is, if you have a job where you answer the phone, making sure that when you answer the phone, don't just stay seated in your chair. Stand up. Make sure that when you're on the phone, you pace around. Get your body some movement that way. If you want to add just a little bit more muscular activation that will help with your posture as well as getting a bit more movement into your body, you can use something like what I call a sit disc. This is an exercise disc that's often used for different stability exercises, but I recommend people sit on it when they're sitting at their office chair or their desk chair. And when you sit on the disc, it causes your core musculature to activate a little bit more and increases your posture so that you're less likely to have neck or back pain too. If you want to dial it up a notch from there, at your desk, at home, or at work, if this is allowed, then grab yourself an exercise ball. You can sit on an exercise ball, and again, same thing with the sit disc. You're going to be activating your core musculature. You're going to be required to do a little bit more to keep yourself seated when you're sitting at your computer typing. You can also add a bit of movement by bouncing up and down on the ball, or stretching and movement through your hips by rolling around on the ball. So that's another great option. The other thing that you can do, especially if you are required to stay in your chair and you can't stand up and wiggle, and this will happen when you're on an airplane or if you're on a bus or on a shuttle like I was yesterday. There's lots of ways that you can move your body so that you aren't going to be in that cramped position that will cause pain or discomfort. And here are some of them. You can bring your arms up overhead. People might look at you and think that you look funny, but it's going to help you to feel better. You can, lean from side to side with those arms up above the head. You can stretch the neck both ways, okay? Look down into your armpits with that neck stretch. Each one of these stretches you should hold for 15 or 20 or 30 seconds. You can also make sure that you get some good stretches into your hips, into your legs. Pull your knee up towards your chest. You'll get a great stretch into your hip to your pelvis. Same thing, you want to make sure you do both sides, even it out. You can do a stretch that I refer to as the lazy man stretch, and I call it this because you can do it while you're sitting in a chair. So this is relevant for somebody who's traveling, but also if you're sitting in front of your computer. Take one leg, bring your ankle up over the other knee, sit up nice and tall, and tip forward towards your leg. I'll give you the side view here so you can see it. So sitting up tall, and then just tipping towards your leg. Okay, you feel a really great stretch into your hip, into your bum on that side. Again, make sure you do both sides. So, really great tips that you can use practically throughout your day. Also, just make sure that you have some time to get up and go speak to a coworker, or go and grab yourself a cup of tea, or, make some more bathroom trips if you need to, or even just go outside and take a walk for 10 minutes. These are really great things that you can do, will make a big difference in your day, and will absolutely help your health in the long term. And on that note, I guess it's time for a break. I'm going to go make myself some tea, and you should get moving too.